Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Unfortunately, Arsenal nil, Manchester City 2, and if you didn't know we was going to lose already, we've lost in it, so you've got no choice but to accept it. We go again next week, London Derby, Chelsea, watch out, we're coming for you. Please, God, let us actually come for them, because my United fan friends are killing me, they're killing my phone, they're messaging me and trolling. If my Chelsea friends get to do this thing, then it's a madness. Spurs friend, he asked me, am I going football? Of course I'm not going football and Arsenal just lost. So I'm eating my Sunday dinner and going to my bed. But moving on, Arsenal player ratings or my player ratings. It's a tough one for me because I don't feel no one played well particularly. And when I look at individuals, it makes me want to rate them in a higher light. But then the individuals I do want to rate, they've done wrong stuff. The same logic. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, or whatever the saying goes. So do I feel anyone necessarily played atrocious, like appalling, you should never play in the team again? Probably not. Xhaka, come on, dog. But, yeah, I don't necessarily feel like everyone played well. So let's start with Cech. Probably between him and Gudezi, the best players on the field for us, if you could say that. Because for me, I don't feel anyone played that well to be giving them that title, per se. But it's hard, man. Do you know what? I want to give him a 4.5, but I feel like I have to give Cech a 5 because I was harsh on him myself. And in fact, I don't know, people. I don't know because, pardon me, he made some great saves. He made some terrific saves throughout the game and kept us in it. But by the same logic, the district, obviously he's a goalkeeper. At the end of the day, if he's saving shots, he's saving shots. But by the same logic, the one way he miskicked the ball with a pass from Gudezi, at times a couple passes he just got away with when when Sergio and later on with Gab Jesus was pressing him for the ball. Couple things I wasn't liking from Cech, like the double save. Don't get me wrong, it was a mad save, double great save, stopping a Mahrez free kick. But again, we know Cech, obviously Cech in his prime can talk to Courtois and De Gea, but at this current stage, he can't talk to them or Neuer or any of the top keep Alisson based on the ratings and things like that, based on the ratings that they're getting in the footballing community. Why I'm mentioning their names is because that double save, it was terrific double save, to deny it, but all of them, again, I might be being harsh, but all of them, 9 times out of 10, just catch that. I was looking, I was like, Cech, you can just catch that and hold on to that. He technically spills it and just makes up for it. So again, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but between 4.5 and a 5, I'm undecided. Part of me wants to give him a 5 because I feel he deserved it, but the cynicalness in me that was watching that game under the microscope, because I don't make these ratings without making sure I know what I'm talking about, in my opinion, people. I don't just guess these things. I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, do you know what? I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 5 purely because you're one of the players that gets a lot of stick, and from people, myself included, I rate how he's a model professional, but his ability is not there. And you're one of the players that could probably leave, even though you've done a ton wrong, in my opinion, leave with some sort of face. I'm not going to attribute the Sterling goal onto you because definitely Bellerin and Kudezi could have done better, and you were blocked from seeing it, but you could have probably did a bit better because you can kind of see where Sterling's going, but I'm being a bit harsh on that, people. Mustafi, I give him, another one I want to give a 4.5, but I was deep in it. I was like, I've been harsh on the man. I'm going to give him a 5 purely because I don't see what he did wrong today, really and truly. Of note, we were terrible, but I saw him mop up after Bellerin. I saw him deal with decent stuff in the air. I didn't really see him take chances on the ball and stuff like that. Obviously, he did do it. He did make some errors and did lose his concentration. I'm not saying a man played like prime Rio Ferdinand or Sol Campbell, but in relative to all of them players that were on the field for us, he's probably one of them that if I'm the manager, I'm not really going to blame him for anything. Mustafi and Socrates, I'm harsh on both of them because none are clearly convincing, and I felt they did all right. And on to Socrates, another one who I wouldn't say I'm harsh on because I don't feel it's his fault, but I'm kind of cynical on because he's an underwhelming signing and wasn't the centre-half we wanted, nothing against him. But I give him a 5. He was one of them I was looking at that was going to get destroyed and Sergio might run riot, but I don't feel he did that. You were a bit shaky, but I think you can walk away with a 5. So I think the 3 names I said, I'll give them all 5s. I'll probably give Maitland-Niles a 5 as well. Just because he just looked like one of the players up for it. His passing was decent. He was getting ran riot, and if he stayed on the pitch, we might have conceded the goal from his side. Cause I do feel he was being a bit too narrow and not really engaging. But I felt he was tackling. He was putting his body on the line. There was one bit he did very well when Walker tried to outpace him. In fact, I think that's when he actually got injured. So in this short time, I think he's not enhanced his reputation. He weren't on the pitch long enough, but he's done all right. So that's a 5 for them. I'll give Bellerin a 4.5 because I just feel you could have played a bit better with covering your men, with sniffing danger. You definitely could have done better for the goal we conceded, so it's a 4.5. probably give Liechtenstein a 5. Now, I want to give him a 4.5 purely because I do attribute some of the blame. I know it came from Bellerin's side, but he is unaware of Bernardo Silva for their goal. So I do want to attribute some of the blame to him. But I felt when Liechtenstein, considering you're not starting the game, considering your age, not to be ageist, but your age, you never started, it's a big game. I felt he did quite well, and he kind of nullified City, if you can say we nullified City to any degree. I think he got stuck in and he tried, innit? So I give him a 5. And a lot of people, myself included, were looking at the signing. Okay, we could appreciate that it was backup, but you're thinking it could be disastrous. He could turn out to be a better signing than we thought, depending on how he maintains himself and things like that. And I like how he was talking with people and stuff. So you know what? I give him a 5. I give him a 5, man. But it's by the same logic, everybody can get 4.5 or 4 or even less than that, people. Like, I'm really fighting between two people inside me making this vid right now. Xhaka, I got time for Xhaka, but you get a 3, bro. And that's me being generous. Only because I saw some good passes occasionally. But for me, what you did wrong, you're seeing Gudetti on people's heels. You're seeing Maitland-Niles' new deal and highly rated. Torreira's not started, but he's highly rated. There's competition for midfield places. Like, at times, again, when you press Xhaka, he has issues. But at times, Xhaka, normally, when you've got bare time in the ball, you pick some good passes. You weren't doing that really, bar a couple. You were getting caught. And more, what's annoying me more, when you was getting caught on the ball, they were counter-attacking us and we could have paid for these mistakes. So while you weren't actually at blame for any of the goals, you could have played better. And if I'm honest, you probably get dropped for the game against Chelsea. I don't feel you will. And maybe hindsight, if you start, you can gain your credibility back with me. But Xhaka, for someone who had a strong finish to the end of last year, none of that was seen today. So 3. Gudetti, I'm stuck between giving him a 4.5 and a 5. I'll probably just about give him a 5 on the basis of effort and application because he tried. But I did see him he was still brave even when making mistakes, but I did see him inviting unnecessary pressure, losing the ball when you don't need to lose the ball, and all of these sort of things. I mean, for my extended thoughts on Gudetti, a quick plug, check out my other vid, but I do feel for effort and application and bravery, he probably gets a 5, but in regards to competency in midfield, there was a lot lacking from his performance today. Inviting pressure, hospital passes, second half when he was last man, you need to deal with that ball. He gambles, he tries to bring it down, and it almost Sergio scores. So I feel he's done enough. He was definitely one of the better players for us on that football pitch. So I guess I kind of have to give him a 5. But again, like him, with all of them, probably out of all the names I've said, probably excluding Maitland-Niles because he weren't on the pitch long enough, I want to give them a 4.5 or less than that. But I have to put my own biased and my own cynicalism to this, if that's even a word. That sounds like Big Shaq there, innit? To the side to tell you guys what my things is innit? I love Aubameyang. He gets a 3, incredibly ineffective today. A couple good runs down the side, a couple link-up plays, but on the ball, technically, was lacking. Didn't really offer nothing. It was anonymous. I mean, if I'm honest with you, Lacazette coming on, whether he missed them chances or not, was more lively than Aubameyang in the whole 65, 70 minutes, however long it took Lacazette to come onto the pitch, or however long technically Aubameyang played versus Lacazette, if that makes sense. So, yeah, man. Lacazette, so what? Say 30, maybe if that, 30, just over 30, 40 minutes, however much it was, he did more. So Aubameyang gets a 3. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on Mkhitaryan, but I don't feel he helped enough defensively today. He started well, but I feel he really vacated and stitched up the fullback, not helping. His passing weren't really there. Mkhitaryan's much better than what he is, to be honest with you, and I wasn't convinced with his performance, so I'll probably give him a 3. Between Bellerin, Xhaka, Mkhitaryan, probably for me the players I'm looking at with the most cynicism on the football pitch, if I'm honest with you. So Mkhitaryan gets a 3. Also, I give him a 4.5/5. Again, like the rest of them, you know what? I should really give everybody a 4, innit? I should really give everybody a 4. I felt Ozil done well with the tracking back. I don't like him on the flanks. Second half, he was creating chances, but I did feel last half an hour, his standards dropped. He weren't getting stuff that you wouldn't attribute Mesut Ozil for. A poor first touch, poor decision making. Regardless of what you think about Mesut Ozil, there's certain principles that you would attribute to him being able to perform 9 out of 10, and it weren't there. He definitely weren't one of the worst players on the pitch, and he definitely did better than he definitely showed up more than Aaron Ramsey. I'm not even going to lie to you. So I'll probably give him a 4.5 if I'm honest. Ramsey was anonymous for me, so I'll give him a 3. I mean, the tip of the iceberg was when he thought Ozil made a run and he didn't. So there's that. I don't feel I'm missing anyone else out. Obviously, Lucas Torreira went on the pitch long enough to give a realistic rating. Lacazette, you know, I give Lacazette, just on the basis of comparing him to Aubameyang, I give him a 5. He did what he needed to do, but there was 2 efforts he really should have smashed home. It's like Ozil should have and Ramsey should have with chances. So on one hand, when I go against my own bias, I can see enough to give these players a 5. But do I feel, because of how we played to a degree, do I feel anyone deserves a 5? No, I think it's a 4.5. So depending on what your taste is, basically I've given everybody a 4.5 or lower.